I started a live show on Instagram back in October of 2018 with the hope that I could get different guests from the planner community to come on and talk about planner related topics and work on planner projects together to really create something that the community would like to watch. Being on Instagram Live means the video is only available for 24 hours. So I tried to save them so I can upload them here so more people will get to see. I hope you enjoy. Hello friends, you're live with Amber Dominique of Planning a Better Me. It's episode 14 and tonight our topic is about your one little word of the year and how you can pull that throughout the year to make use of it, so it's not just a word that you started at the beginning of the year and forgot about. It becomes actionable things that you can take. So tonight we have Tarchelle B. She should be coming on any second now. There she is.
Hey.
How are you?
Hey y'all.
So I should wait a second and let it wait before I talk about what we're gonna do.
But go ahead.
I'm kind of glad we talked already a little bit, but now I'm like, we should have saved it so we could get it all out now. So
we can repeat it. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm like, I remember what you said, so I can repeat it. What we plan to do tonight is come on and talk about our one little word and talk about how we're going to, what that means to us and how we're going to use it throughout the year. However, if you read the comment, you know that our one little word is balance, and she and I are still struggling to maintain balance. So
yes, very much so.
But it's still January, so because she and I are pursuing a lot of different things at this time, we were not able to get everything 100% prepared to show you. So we think it's a good thing for us to show you that, one, we're not perfect all the time. We are real. This is real life, showing you how we are trying to achieve balance. And so what we want to do is go through our setup of our vision boards and our goals and our one little word for the year. So we think it's going to be great for you because you get to see our process, but then you also get benefit from what we're doing, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me. Let me say that first. And thank y'all for coming on and supporting me. Everybody came over from the Diamond and Pearl Lifestyle channel over on YouTube. She was live. And so they came over from there.
Man. I'm so sorry. See, this is the thing, because we are going live at the same time. We got to coordinate
ourselves. I love our community that we all support each other. So y'all, thank y'all so much. I see all of y'all, all my folks that rock with me and all the gyms and everybody.
She said that's okay. I'm sorry. Oh man, I think I'm gonna just pick Sunday or something. I'm gonna pick a different day.
Oh my goodness, so many people go live on Sundays too.
I just love that we have our own like TV shows.
We do. I don't remember the last time I watched TV, for real. I really don't.
You can't keep up.
Like, I never sit in front of the TV.
And the shows. There's no way.
Yeah.
No way.
So, yeah, I was telling Amber before we jumped on here that there's a reason why I chose balance as my one little word. Oh, did we already say that we chose? Well, I know I mentioned that we chose our same one little word. I don't remember if we said that it's balance, but
I have balance and a little bit of complete because I need that as well. But my focus is really balance, like yours.
Yeah, balance is my word, and y'all, it's the reason why I chose that word, because I ain't got it. And that's what I'm struggling with right now. Like, one of the things that I really want to focus on. So
my problem is, like, I can do something so well, but a little bit with my addictive personality is I go gung-ho on like one thing and I forget about the other things I'm working on. So it doesn't mean I'm doing nothing at all, or it doesn't mean I'm doing bad things. It's just I will get so focused on cleaning that I'm cleaning and I do not do any Bible study. or I'm not doing journaling, or I'll get so focused on Bible study that I'm not cooking. And I literally will get so engrossed, and my husband's like, and I'm like, I'm so into it. So that's where I
Yeah,
balance. I
I'm the same.
figure out how to plan. You can spend this time on this time on this, so everything gets done.
Yeah, and I think that having the planner does help with that, because if I didn't see the word laundry in my planner, I literally would not think about laundry. Like, I would forget that I need
I
clean
get
clothes
out that.
until it's time for me to get dressed.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't make sense. And my husband, he can't wrap his mind around how that works. But I'm so hyper focused on whatever it is I'm doing.
Right.
And
That's me.
like, I can
And we
sit here
have a lot to
and
focus on. We don't have one or two things to worry about.
no, not at all. And everything is important.
Yeah.
So, like, I know you have a ton of things going on. For me, it's, of course, always had my husband, always had Zion. Well, not always, but it's like those are the foundational things. You have home, you have the cleaning and that kind of stuff. But then on the other side, I have all the new things. So I have the YouTube channel and the shop and,
Yep.
different collabs and, the travel, things like that. And it's
Yep.
so much to balance and so much to juggle.
Plus, we have jobs.
Oh, yeah. I forgot I
I
do
mean,
have a
that's the thing.
full-time job, don't I?
Yeah. It's like, for
Excuse me.
me, I
But
try.
yeah, I do. I have a complete full-time job. So yeah.
Yeah. I try to focus on like 6 areas in my life that planning helps me with. Like, if you've ever seen my YouTube videos, it tells me, like, I want to be a better wife, have a better home, a better body, a better mind, a better friend, and be a better Christian. So those are kind of the areas in my life that I really need to be better in, and that planning helps me. So that's why it's like I'm planning a better me, planning those things. But none of those things have half of the things that you talked about with, having the job and things like that. But I mean, those are the priorities I try to have. So even with 6 priorities, there's still more things that we have to balance
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, and then, well, with me, I try to focus on mind, body, and spirit, or body, mind, and spirit. Um, because that's really the foundation of life.
Right.
And if those things aren't healthy, which right now, body is what's out of balance. I've gained like 40 pounds in a year.
Yeah.
And I had lost 40. Well, I lost like 30 and then gained 40. How does that happen? Like,
It's the
that
way
ain't
the
balance
body.
right there.
But I think
Yeah, I
those things
mean,
are very integral in one another. You can't separate them at all.
yeah, no, I
If
mean,
your body's not right, it affects your mind. If you're not thinking right, then you're not taking care of your body. So they really depend on each other.
right. And if your mind's not right, then most likely you're not journaling and doing the spiritual work as well.
Yep.
So,
So that's lacking.
yeah,
It's true. It's very true.
yeah. So I try to do a lot of work on the mental and the spiritual. And, again, there's that it should be a triangle,
Right.
but I don't know what shape it is. It just isn't a triangle. Or maybe it's a triangle. It's just one end is much shorter than the other two. So
And I do think
y'all geometry
those
folks can tell me what kind of triangle that is, because that's the wrong kind. I need to
as
be like the one that's like that, where
we
it's even.
life, we have phases too. So there's times where we have to focus on more than other, and so it's not
Mm-hmm.
always going to be the same. Just like when your son is young, he needs more from you than different times. So we have to be able to adjust over time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now he doesn't want me around most of the time. He's like, Mom, leave me alone. So he needs
Well,
like literally no time. He just needs food.
that's how it was when I first got married. So my marriage had a lot more attention, and then over time it was like, you do your thing, I'll do mine. So I mean, like, we still have our time together, but actually, one of the things that I'm trying to get balance in my marriage is
Mm-hmm.
to give him some time and take some time for myself, so that when we do spend time together, it's more quality. Then it's not like,
Oh yeah.
oh, we're always together. Like, so then it's special. It's like, okay, now we have a special date, or now we have a special dinner. Or I'm trying to do an evening routine with reading together at night. I got that from Poetry Plans when I went live with her about faith and like talking about our day, like getting ready for bed and like talking. So like having that balance, so it's not like I'm all over him all the time, because I can be obsessive.
Well, my husband, he goes to bed early because he gets up early, and so he might be gone to bed by the time I get off this live. So we don't really have that evening routine where we go to bed at the same time, especially now because I stay up late.
We don't
I
have
do.
the same time either.
Oh, you don't?
No, but I was watching the reel and can't remember which one. I think it's Tamara that's on the reel. And so she said her and her husband have a bedtime routine. It doesn't mean you go to bed, but they have that routine. So like that's when they like talk, they like wind down. You have the choice. If you want to go to sleep, you can. If not, you can get up and do what you got to do. But they have that time, that designated time. And I was like, I love that. I need that.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
I need that. Yeah. So like you could just have that like 10 minutes and then say, okay, I got to go do my lives, and you go to bed kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good idea.
I love
But he will come in here and tap me on the shoulder and tell me that he wants time when he wants it.
Which is good.
Yeah, that's always good, because sometimes we forget, like it's the same thing. We're hyper focused. We're doing everything under the sun, and so we have to constantly try to be mindful of who we're neglecting. Don't want to say neglecting, but we're always neglecting one thing or the other. I am. I don't know about y'all.
Put friends in my priority because I feel like I neglect friends, and I don't want to, but it's not enough for me to say, y'all have to understand because I'm busy. Like that's not to me acceptable, because your friends need you. You want to be a good friend. So I try to put that in there as a priority.
Yeah, I've done a lot better now, because I used to be the one that would make the plans and be like, and then, the day of be like, I can't do it.
Right.
And I think this year I've only had one thing that but I, honestly couldn't do it because I had a work obligation. And so I had to back out like right at the last minute, but it was a legit work obligation. But, I think I've done better this year as a friend. Over the past probably about 6 months, I've done much better as a friend, because I am not that friend. Trust me. I'm I'm the friend that you call when you really need something, not the one that.
That's what I don't want to be. Like, I don't want to call you when things are bad. I want to like check up on people regularly. Hey, let you know I'm thinking about you. How are you? You were sick. You were in the hospital. Things are going on. I want to be that person that they say, like, I haven't heard from you forever. Like,
thank you, Michelle. I'm getting better. Michelle, now she is one that I talk to every day. We literally talk every day, and I saw her yesterday for a hot second, but I don't, I'm doing better, because I was a horrible friend. Like I missed all the birthdays, missed all the, babies and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But see,
Michelle said if she knows if she needed something, you would be right there. And I
feel absolutely.
I feel like I'm that person, but then I also don't want you to only send out the bat signal. Like I want to be like elsewhere too.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So, okay, now we talked about our one little word, but I want to see what's y'all's one little word. If y'all have a one little word, put it in the comments. I want to see, because I'm nosy.
I'm also curious.
But no, not just because I'm nosy, but it's very hard to keep up. It's really hard, but that's why that's my one little word. And then a lot of y'all on here know me already, and but for those of you who don't know my story, I have bipolar disorder, and so balance is key for me. So I have to work at it hard to stay balanced. Yesterday was
sorry.
That's Diamond. Refresh. Yeah. Pineapples, that's a good one, Diamond. Yes, that I can believe that's probably her word, and she's gonna achieve it too. Flourish. I like flourish too.
Wait, Tramika, coffee planner, what is discomfort? How is that the word? Go back on that. She said her word is discomfort. I want to know. You love pineapple?
Balance and focus. Actually, balance and focus are good together.
They are. They are.
They are really good together.
I think that's
Selfish.
always
Oh, that's a good one too.
keep on with focus.
Yeah, selfish is a great one.
I do like that too.
Because sometimes we have to be selfish, and we as women are taught to not be selfish.
Yep.
You know, you have to be giving, 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 but you can't pour from an empty cup.
Yep.
So
that's true. I do think a lot of our words too are.
oh, thank you, Keisha. Y'all are so sweet. Y'all like just blowing my head up, making me blush and stuff.
I think a lot of our words are different words, but they mean the same thing. Because I think like when it comes to us with balance and focus, I saw execute. We're really trying to achieve a better us, but they all just different words that resonate with us differently, that motivate us.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, the bipolar disorder that's another major reason why I chose balance because you know, like yesterday I had to work hard. I did a vlog yesterday and it was hard to do. I haven't watched it back. I did like cut a little bit, a little bit of it out. But that was the most as far as like watching it back that I could do. It was really hard because I was having a dim day, not a dark day, but a dim day. And I made that commitment to like be open and show people this is what it is. This is what bipolar disorder is. And I didn't want to fall down into darkness. And so I had to pull out the journal and I had to, pick up the phone and call some people and, I listened to Bruno Mars. I listened to some podcasts. I actually had to be very intentional about my day and who I talked to and what energy I allowed in and who I let into my space and things like that because it's work. And today, I was able to get back to where I needed to be, but that could have been a downward spiral quickly, off balance. So I'm trying to stay really balanced mentally too. So I am much better today. Thank you, Coffee.
I had to screenshot real quick because Christy Tomlinson from Planner Society just came in and I'm totally in love with her. So I just had to for a minute. Sorry.
Hey, Christy. So, but
I appreciate what you said about a dim day because even though I'm not diagnosed with bipolar disorder, I still have dim days. Like it's okay for us to say that. It doesn't mean we had a bad day. I appreciate that. Oh well, did I lose my connection went bad because I was messed.
Okay, you're breaking up. I think the screenshot made you break up, but I think you're okay.
Can you hear me?
I can now.
Okay, I hear you again. I didn't hear you for a bit.
Okay, your mouth is moving different from your voice, but okay.
Michelle, I was but kind of stopped everything. Sorry. Can you hear me? Uh-oh. It's not clear?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes. I think it got better. It's not freezing.
Okay.
You're not
freezing. Movie.
Is it back? Is it better now?
I can hear you. It's just your mouth is moving differently from your what your voice is.
I don't know.
So it's okay though.
I haven't figured it out yet.
Okay, I think we're back on track.
Okay, good. So I wanted to see, how do you go from vision board, go from balance, go from knowing that that's your word, to how do you put that into to-do things throughout the year?
So I have my list of things that I want to do, and I break those down into chunks. So, for example, home. Actually, and I'm saying this one because we just had a conversation about what we want to do with the house. And so we know that that's one of the things that we want to focus on. And so we listed out all of the projects that we want to do. And and then we scheduled out, okay, well, financially, what can we do
Oh, that's
during this
smart.
month? And actually, it's like by quarter and then by month. So what projects can we do? Because some things are bigger than others. I mean, it's easier to buy dishes than it is to buy a refrigerator.
Right.
But both of those things are on the list. So we just break it down and then put a date to it. And I do the same thing in my personal life.
Like a due date,
Um,
like to have it done by?
um, yeah, or kind of like a it's not really a due date, but it's like a time frame when I want to do it. So it'll be like, I know in March, for example, we want to get a new refrigerator in March.
Okay.
So we don't know if it's going to be, March 2nd or March 30th. We just know whenever we find the good sale, the best deal, and what we want, then we know that in March, that's when we want to do that.
That makes sense.
But I do that in my personal life. Or, for example, one of my goals this year is to do 12 collabs. So the best way to do that is one a month.
That makes sense too.
So,
I like that instead of you just saying, I want to collab or I want this year. So by putting it to the month, then that will make it better to happen, more likely to happen.
right. And so, like, that helps me to balance out because if I say I want to do 12 collabs a year and I have 4 scheduled for March, that's not balance.
That's true too. Yeah.
Or I can do 2 every other month or something like that. I just try to equal it out.
That's what I need. Like
So
doing 3 lives in 1 week because that's not balance.
no, maybe 1 a week or 2 a week.
I know.
Just think about how many you want to do in a year.
That's true.
It's 52 weeks in a year. If you want to do 100, then, keep in mind you got Thanksgiving, Christmas, 4th of July, like the
Right.
major holidays that you probably
I would
won't do
like
one.
I'd like to go once a week, but then I'm also working around everybody else's schedule too. So I want to keep some flexibility. But yeah. But see that I
Yeah.
have
And it's
problem.
so hard now because there are so many people who are, jumping in, which I love. I absolutely love that we have so many new channels and so many new planner babes to watch. But it does make it a little bit harder because it's like, okay, who do you watch? And
Yeah.
sometimes you have to watch 10 minutes of a video that you would normally watch the entire 30 minutes because you're just trying to give everybody that equal time.
But because I kind of started incorporating more balance in my life within the last couple of months, I've learned that it's okay to say no. So that's why
Mhm.
like for December, like December kind of got rough for me. I was okay to say I just can't do it. I can't schedule anymore and we'll start fresh in the new year because I didn't want to put so much on myself that then coming live's not fun anymore.
Exactly. And that's a place where I don't want to be. I don't want to be overwhelmed with any of the things that I enjoy because, we're overwhelmed enough by the crap that just comes in life anyway.
Yep. That has to
Um,
be our plate.
yeah, but even with the vinyl decals, when I was taking the orders by just in my DMs, it was a lot. And then I knew that I had all this travel coming up. So I just said, I have to shut it down, even though I didn't want to, because of course that's when everybody was setting up planners and all of that. But
Right.
I had to do what was best and say, okay, I need to take this time away and figure out how I'm going to balance it, how I'm going to balance,
But the
how I'm going to
sales
balance it
team.
where it's not in my DMs, and so that's how the shop came because I couldn't manage doing it that way. So
Yeah. I mean, it worked out because you still got the sales. It wasn't like you missed out on people being interested. And it came to a time when you could manage it better.
yeah, and if I did miss some, oh well, it's okay.
It wasn't worth
You
your mental
know,
health.
those weren't for me. And I have to remember things like, everything that looks good is not always for me. every sale isn't for me.
That's true. I
Yeah.
do kind of like what you did, how you broke it down. So I have like, I did sheets of putting those 6 focuses of my life or priorities. So how can I
Mhm.
be more balanced in each area? And
That's
then
probably
I
good,
had to
man.
focus on, like this one's better wife. I thought it'd be fun because I'm
I
always
just had it. I just had mine. I'm actually look. Oh, here it is right here.
hit a pop up. I'm always hoarding the happy girls. So I decided to make a girl go with each of those 6 priorities. Um,
That's a good idea.
yeah. So, because this way
I
I'll get to
have mine.
look at the girls all year. So, like this one was the glam girl went with wife, and so I put
Uh-huh.
what is it that my husband wants from me, so that I can focus on that, and then how can I achieve balance by doing that, and then um, how can I be more complete as a wife? So I put that,
Right.
and then now knowing those 3, mine's it was kind of like 3 things that he wanted from me. Like I needed to do what I say I'm going to do. If I tell him I'll do something, and to take better care of me, and then
Okay.
to kind of get on the same page with him as far as like managing money and completing things. So then I broke that down into 3 categories of actual to do things that I need to do. And mine's doesn't have a date, which I really love that you did that. And I'm probably going to go back and add dates to things. Some of them are time
Uh-huh.
sensitive, but if I didn't do this, I would think about balance, but I wouldn't necessarily make a proactive point to add balance as a goal throughout the year.
Yeah. And one thing about when you're goal setting, um, the if you know about SMART goals, SMART goals are specific, measurable. You have it. Well, there's that one, and I'll go through for anybody who doesn't know. SMART stands for specific, measurable,
Oh, to
attainable, realistic, and that last letter, that T, is time. Yep,
yeah.
there you go. Attainable, realistic, and timely. And that's the thing. If you don't set a time to it, a lot of times it gets just pushed off, pushed off, pushed off.
It's
So,
true. These are from my fitness goal sheet, but because it's like this is
yeah,
why you're struggling to achieve goals is because you're not choosing the right goals for yourself.
yeah, a lot of times that's exactly what it is. Or
Yeah,
for me with my fitness goals, is because I just fitness everything in my mouth.
that's me too.
Um, and I don't want to work out. Like I literally sit in this chair because I work from home, and I'm sitting in this chair
Mhm.
basically from the time I log on to work in the morning until like late at night, like midnight most of the time. And I'm getting up to go to the restroom, or I'm not working out. And I'm being honest. I'm
I
not
want to work out.
walking, I'm not doing
I just
anything.
don't want to hurt. Like I had
They're
this
laughing at
vision
me.
because I did it for a bit. I woke up, I went out on a run, and I felt so good. I ran to the water, I'm listening to my music. It felt so great. But then after I'm in so much pain, I was like, I can't do that tomorrow. And that's where I need to have that balance
Like
because
me
I
too.
have to do some. I can't do no workout and just think I'm going to eat less. And that's going to make me lose weight because that's not going to help.
Yeah, and I eat, and I don't even eat the right things. Like I eat fast food
That's
because
one of
it's so convenient.
my, I know.
Excuse me. But I
One of
do
my
have
goals
my
is
I do
trying
have
to
my
cook
list,
more.
and I still haven't gotten into my goals planner. But like these are my YouTube goals. I have my house goals. I have my list. I have my hubby and family goals. I have goals for, you know, everything, but they're still on these
What are
bad.
the categories you have? So you have like your YouTube, your
Mm-hmm.
husband. What
Husband
else
and
do you have?
family. I have house. I have business, and I have work.
That's
So,
good.
and of course, I need to have self-improvement on there, but I don't.
I like
And
that.
and really, it's sad to say, but for work, I'm just like, I basically just want to keep my job and maintain. And I don't know if that's a bad thing, but last year at this time, I really wanted to, I really wanted to promote. I wanted to go into, like take more classes and do a lot of things. And I do kind of want to do a few things,
Right.
as far as developing, but just developing where I am because I don't have time to take on more responsibilities at this point. Balance.
Which we
I had to
know
really
that.
think about that. Like, do I
Right.
really have time to do any more travel than I do already throughout the year? Um, and is it worth it? Because if I'm working all those extra hours, of course, salary, you're not getting paid overtime.
Right.
So I make more doing the things I love than I would be doing my full-time job. So,
I'm glad you said
um,
that because I need that a lot. I have this like being a business owner, you feel like you have to give people so much because it's giving yourself. And so when it
mhm,
comes to me doing interior design jobs, even with graphic design jobs, I have a hard time pulling back and saying I can't give you all of this. Like I just need to give you what you're paying me for. And so
right.
sometimes I'm getting like emails at 2 and people are panicking. I'm like, no, this is not the time where you get up and answer them. You have
Mhm,
business hours. Or when I'm on the job site and I told them I need to leave by a certain time and they're just talking and talking and then they're taking too much of time that, it makes me late to my Bible study or late to something else. So I
mhm.
actually didn't put work in my 6 things, but I'm going to add that now that we have this conversation because I need that. Which I need a girl for work. Maybe I'll use Boss Babe because I need a happy boss.
Boss babe. Yeah. I saw somebody ask if we had planner tips, and yes, we do. And we both have channels on YouTube. So, I mean, we can give some planner tips, but I know we only have an hour on
Yeah,
on here.
we have
So,
Instagram pages and YouTubes with a lot of tips. Please follow,
yeah.
check those out.
Yeah. And yeah, I do a lot of Franken planning and things like that on my channel
I
personally.
got a
I should have
transformer
done.
because of you.
You did a transformer planner.
I took my planner out of the my TN, my B6 TN for a bit because I had to try your transformer planner.
Oh,
Like I
well,
don't think
I'm
I'll keep
I'm
it all
still using
here.
the transformer planner myself. Um, it's actually like I didn't bring my planners out, but I am using my transformer planner too. And my other one it's over there. My office is my guest room, and so it's over there on the bed. But I have my social life, and it transforms into the faith planner. Uh-uh. But the faith planner is actually my social media planner. And then it goes into the healthy hero.
Yeah.
So,
Plans with Jazzy, to answer your question about did we purposely choose these 6 things, the 6 things that I'm focusing on, and I'll let Tarchelle answer for her. The 6 things that I'm focusing on are the 6 things that I needed focus just in life. So that wasn't necessarily my focus for the one little word. It's just something that I recognized that I was failing in these areas, and I use planning to help me to improve those areas. So if you watch, like, I'm planning a better me on my YouTube, it says like planning a better friend, planning a better wife, planning a better Christian, because if I don't plan, I suffer in those. And so they're kind of, I do think that something like work I don't need to put in a category necessarily because I'm going to work. I just may not be proficient. But if I'm not proficient at being a good Christian, a good wife, maintaining a good house, maintaining good mental health, and a buffer. So those will always be my priorities or my focus. What's yours, Tarshelle?
so I think I just came up with the categories of my life that, I mean, it's just the categories of my life. And so there's no rhyme or reason. It's just, I know that I had goals with, my marriage and then of course with family. Um, and then I had goals for work. I had goals for, just every area. And I just categorized what I already had because I know what I want in life. I
Right.
just, needed to break that down and say, okay, what can I do, take the long-term vision where I want to be, if you have a 5-year plan or whatever, and what can I do this year? So, I mean, even with finances, that's a big one. And I'm gonna plug the budget misses right here because y'all, they're getting my life together. I paid off 2 credit cards this week. So,
Wow.
thanks to the budget misses. Yes, because I wanted to order stickers, but
You
I
have, you have
didn't. I
credit
paid
cards,
off.
you have sticker money. Oh, I get it. You didn't pay, you didn't get the stickers. You paid off the credit card.
I did,
Wonderful.
but yeah, I've been working pretty closely with them and helping them out with their workshops that they're doing on their tour. But like with finances, I know I have a specific date that I want to be debt free, and I know that I messed around for a year and a half, and so I'm really late on that schedule,
Right.
but it's still possible for me to do it by that date. And so I need to go ahead and like really be serious and intentional. And so when I was talking to hubby a few minutes ago, we were talking about, okay, what credit cards do we want to attack next?
Right.
And then like we put a date to it. Okay, if we pay this one off by this date, then we'll be able to pay this one off by that date. And it's the debt snowball that we're using. But
Mm-hmm.
we kind of went through and evaluated, okay, would it make more sense for us to reorder things or keep it the same? But you have to look at each area and prioritize and figure out how can I do it. But we know that by this specific date, we want to be debt free. So how can we balance that out and plan? We know how many months that is. Kind of like the okay, y'all, what's it called? The sinking funds.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas comes every year. Shout out to E. Michelle. Christmas comes every year on December 25th. You know that you need to have gifts by a certain amount. So how much do you need to save every month to be sure that you have the amount that you want for Christmas? It's the same concept with your goals. It's the same concept with, anything that you want to do. And even if it is long term, what can I do this year? And then what can I do this month for that? So,
I didn't have not
oh,
one
man.
troll on none of my lives. All these lives
That
have been
particular
good.
troll follows me, and she follows every.
You brought the trolls.
It is me.
Because I will end this live and block somebody and start over. We're not gonna give them the attention they want. That's all. It is what it is. Just ignore
Yeah,
the signal. I saw a question.
yeah, it's several of them.
Who was the question from? By saving,
Um,
where do you start planning a better mental health? So I have, I use Daydreamer for my mental health, and
I
some
love
like
that.
the planning a better mind, and I actually use some wellness stickers because the pastel colors match, and wellness goes along with that. But for me, I know that I struggle with depression, with anxiety. I struggle with suicidal tendencies. So I have these things that I have to be on top of, and I have to focus on how do I get happiness. And it's not enough for me to say I want to be happy. So last year I did a whole study for the month of May that was Mental Health Awareness Month on how I can be happy.
Mhm.
But it's also me focusing on how to be balanced with what I'm feeding my mind with. I I get into a spiral. Like I got into this surviving R. Kelly, and I had to look up all the stuff that I could find out about that. And I realized I'm feeding my brain with something that's really negative. And it's
Mhm.
affecting me so much. I can't get past it. So I have to be aware of what's going on. Okay, like I'm aware of what's going on with R. Kelly. I'm gonna cut R. Kelly out. Not that I'm not trying to make this whole thing about that, but now I have to
No, I
start putting
know.
it in. And it's like it's not that it was bad for me to watch it. It was just bad for me to watch too much. And so that's where, like, for
Yeah.
me, balance in my mental health. So I really want to focus this year on doing more things that are creative and innovative, doing more unplugging, focusing a lot on self-care because I do self-care Sunday. That's really big for me to really end the week and start the week in a good place, that I'm
Mhm.
helping myself recharge. because I need that after the week. And even also to just take that time, even if it's not anything major, just for me to sit still and relax and be quiet helps me with my mental health. I mean, I know like you talk about mental health. You're a big advocate for it, so you talk about it a lot, but I don't think that there's really a bad place to begin. I think like once you make a conscious point to say like, this is what I need, just do something.
Yeah. So yeah, I do talk a lot about mental health because it's needed, especially in our community. It's very much needed. But I'll answer that question. I don't remember who asked the question. It looks like I'm blurry. Can you hear me okay?
I asked you if it was on my end. The question was from by.saving.grace.
Okay. And it was, how do you plan a better mental health or better mind? So I actually have and you see, this was the week that I actually did balance. I don't know if you can see it, but you see balance there in the middle.
Went all across.
Yeah, so this top part up here, I actually, in the morning, that's like my morning motivation. For that week, I had a quote or, something about balance every day. And that would be kind of what I meditate on throughout the day, or what I focus on throughout the day. Just something helpful. So I start off the day like that. I practice gratitude. Like, y'all, if y'all don't practice gratitude, please start, because every little thing, there's always something, even in the things that are quote unquote bad,
right?
There's something in it to be grateful for. Like, I mean, even when my dad passed a couple of years, well, it's been about a year, a little over a year. Excuse me. I remember saying, I'm grateful that I had a dad. I'm grateful, he may not have been the best, but I had a dad, because some people don't know who their fathers are. Some people don't have, that relationship, or some lose their fathers as a child or something like that. And I'm like, I'm grateful that we had experiences together, and that that he loves me, and that kind of stuff. So in everything, no matter what it is, find something to be grateful for. And throughout the day, it's like, I'm grateful I can flip this light switch. I'm grateful that I can get out of the bed. Sometimes it's like that. So practicing gratitude every morning, I do my gratitude journal. And then throughout the day, I try to do the physical things, like drink water and eat the right things, but that doesn't always work. But that too ties into your mental health. I stay away from negativity, like eat fruit. what is it that that Erica from the Jewel Box said? Drink your water, eat your fruit, mind your business, and protect your energy. Yes, that, all of that, do it. And even when you see the shady post, and sometimes you go to the shade room, and you know how we get in there in those comments, and we read every comment, like you were saying with R. Kelly. We watch all the episodes, we read all the comments. I don't watch reality TV. Like, why?
Miss Thea had, when they were doing the planner tips, the 25 planner tips, Miss Thea did this video, and she was saying,
oh, it was awesome. I love Miss Thea.
Yeah, choose what you're gonna allow. And I was like, well, it seems like that seems so selfish for you to tell somebody, like, I'm sorry, I can't allow that in, but I absolutely love that. And that's what we have to do. We have to choose. So I was proud of myself, just a little bit of growth, because somebody put something in my DM and asked a question. I didn't want to ask for no details, because all it's going to do is get me all riled up. I just mind my business.
Yeah, or when people come to you and it's like, oh, well, such and such said this about you, or, those kinds of things. I don't care. My thought is, well, why did they feel comfortable telling you about me? What was the other part of the conversation? But, I don't care. Like, whatever. It's
I want
okay.
I want to pause you for a second. Don't lose your track of thought. I
Oh no, you're fine.
plans with Jazzy, I feel like she was reaching out by saying, I think I try to avoid this and pretend I'm okay, and I know I'm not. And I just want to say, I know Tarchelle's going to have her piece of advice on this too. But what I want to say is, you're crying for help right now. But sometimes we do not cry to the right people and the right places to get the help we need. So somebody
Mhm.
gave you advice about talk to a pastor. That may or may not be what you need. Tarchelle's big on giving the phone number for mental health crisis and where to get help. And I don't mind if you, I know Tarchelle wouldn't mind if you DM one of us and say like, hey, where do I get help? But when you are feeling that way, it's a whole iceberg. That's just the tip of it. So I encourage you to reach out to the right person, because you already know pretending's not okay. The fact that you said that, you know you need help, so let's help you get the help you need.
And I'm putting the phone number in the comments. That's actually the suicide hotline. I give it on so many videos. Anytime I talk about mental health, most of the time I try to give the text number. You can text hello to 741-741, and or you can call the suicide hotline too. But this is the generation that we're in. So yeah, but
Yeah.
I will say, Jazzy, yes, reach out. If you need to reach out to me, then reach out. I'm not a counselor, but I'm not a counselor. I'll say that, and I can only do so much, especially through the internet. Yes, Posh, Okay,
I
let me
love
pause and just say I love you, Posh, for
Thanks,
that. Keep going. That has been so that movement, the whole keep going. And I have my keep going bag right here. See, I have my keep going bag.
yep.
That thing is life. Like, that whole phrase is life. And if y'all can't, I have my
I
semicolon.
love it.
It says you matter. If you can't read it, it says you matter.
But
Um,
I had to pause that because it kind of it resonated with me a lot because I've been there, and I don't mean to
mhm,
call you out plans with Jazzy, but you spoke up. There's somebody who's wise to speak up, and they're feeling the same thing, and
mhm,
so that's why we say it,
mhm.
so that not just for you but for them too. Somebody else needs to hear that.
but I will say, and I see this on social media all the time. I see people posting things, and sometimes it's a rant. I used to do it a lot, a whole lot. Sometimes it comes out as a rant. Sometimes it comes out as a series of, like, posts about depression and
Or
things like that.
complaints, like you're just
Or
complaining.
just, yeah, but it's like, instead of talking to the right person, you're
Yep.
talking to the whole world, and everybody's kind of looking at you like,
They don't know
okay,
where it's
we
from.
all see it. We see something's going on, but nobody really knows exactly what to say or how to respond. And it's so we scroll past. Excuse me. A lot of times too, like, we see the shady posts, and instead of that person just addressing that, the one person that they're talking to,
I
why
hate
do we
that
do that?
when
Like,
they
why do we
post
do
like
that?
I'm sick of this person or people making me mad. They post all this stuff, and I'm like, but what? All you're doing is making us nosy. Say either
Right.
at them or talk to them. But that, oh, I hate that so much. I unfollow most.
Yeah.
I unfollow.
Yeah. Y'all, if y'all ever have those posts and it's about me, just at me or send me a DM. You don't have to bring everybody into it. But that's one thing, to protect your energy,
Yeah.
but yeah, definitely DM. This community is amazing. It's really amazing. I do get DMs a lot. A lot of times all I can do is kind of give the phone number out, or that text number, 741-741,
Yeah.
or recommend that people do contact a counselor or a therapist. And if it's bad enough, I will ask, do you want me to dial 911 and have them do a wellness check? Because you know but I can only do so much behind
Right.
a screen.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
I'm glad you're so comfortable with us, but we're here. We can only do so much. There's somebody that's close
mhm,
to you, or those mental health professionals that can really help you get what you need.
exactly. Um,
So we
find someone to
done got
talk
onto
to.
a talk again.
I know, but I mean that that's what happens. We were supposed to be like working on our vision boards and stuff, but it's okay because there's purpose, and I just think everything happens for a reason. So I mean, if we want to talk, I mean, if y'all want to talk mental health, we'll talk mental health.
Oh no,
Um,
it's big in both of our lives.
it really is.
You can't get away
Y'all, trust me, I was not
from
here.
it. It is what it is.
Like where y'all see me right now, even 1 year ago, I wasn't here, y'all. Like this, like you're literally looking at a miracle. Because this time last year, I don't know if I was coming or going, and I was completely out of it and didn't even know that I was like completely gone. Um, it was bad. So okay, I'm trying to read some of the content. Y'all know Tarchelle's going live on YouTube after this. No, I'm not because balance. Um, I would, but yeah, I can't. I got so much to
Like,
do.
I think I did that on a shirt because balance, so I can have that throughout the year.
You know what? I think I might do that. Who
I
makes
just
shirts?
decided
Anika.
that I should start
Yeah,
making apparel.
Anika's creative closets because
I
balance. Like
designed
no, because balance.
I designed shirts for other business ladies to sell, and everybody was like, "Why don't you just make shirts?" And I'm like, "I should start selling. I should sell shirts." So I spent some time doing some research, and I'm like, "That is not balanced at all. You got too much going on. You need to slow down." But we'll
Let me
see.
tell you,
But I'm a
it is
because balance.
not easy. Like even actually doing like the cups and stuff, like well, this one is from Walmart, but people that actually do the cups and all that stuff, I'm like, no, I'll just sell you the decal. You can put on whatever what you need to, because I don't, yeah, that's that extra step, that's time for me. And then going to
Yeah,
the post office and having everything weighed out, and
that's how I feel about
I'm
shirts.
I'm trying.
I
I'm
don't know
just trying to
how
keep my head above the
people
water.
do.
Yeah.
Sorry, it got
She said that
broken
would
up
be
again.
perfect. I need one. But yeah, I might have to do that because balance. Because that should be my answer for
That's
everything.
we did that
Now,
for the model to get us through the year.
Coffee says she did 2 cups, never again. And this diva got a plan. Now she does all the cup. This diva got a plan. I don't know if you've seen Shop LCA. She does everything, and
I,
her stuff is phenomenal.
I
Yeah,
feel like I've
like
seen it though. Like
I know you've seen it. This is Shop
oh yeah,
LCA.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh yeah,
This
yeah,
diva
yeah.
got
When
a
you say
plan.
so
Yeah,
think out,
let's think out.
that I know. Okay, so the LCA was the abbreviation that I didn't know. Let's think out. Of course I know.
Yeah, I it's let's think out, but that's who did my cover for my Happy Planner Mini. And yeah, but I have so many shops like represented over here, and it's all in my keep going bag. I love my keep going bag. I'm mad that I didn't get another one.
So
Uh-oh.
what was your word for last year? Your one little word, and then how did you do with? Were you able to keep it as your focus throughout the year? Were you able to accomplish that word?
So, okay, my one little word from last year ended up being the same word. I just carried it over kind of accidentally
Mm-hmm.
from 2017 because I had it on my phone, on my phone case and, screensaver and all that stuff. And it was emerge. And 2017 was a hard year, had lots of deaths in the family, including my dad, like I mentioned. And um, I didn't emerge, and I didn't switch my word out. I just kind of felt like, what's the point? And I didn't switch my word out because it was more, I felt hopeless, and I felt like it didn't work anyway. Um, but if you can see, I mean, I think everybody on here can see, probably around September, October, your girl emerged, and I have been going and going ever since. So, hey, Lisa Mack.
Hey, Lisa.
Um, so
And
yeah, I mean, like really, instead of it taking, the year, it actually
mhm.
took me more like a year and 9 months for me to actually emerge. But child, when I emerged, I came out. So
I
yeah,
think
now
because
I'm flying.
my,
Barely,
my
but I'm
word
flying.
my word last year was finish, because I could come up with great plans, and I had like all these, like, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this is how you achieve it, but I struggled with the energy to finish those plans. And it was like, I don't need no new goals. I just need to finish the ones I already have. And I did a great job last year. Like you, 2017 was a very rough year for us. And 2018 was a much better year. And I feel like I emerged too. And then now it was like I needed a little bit more. So that's why I got complete. I just carried on a little bit of that finish into this year. And so it's just completing things and making sure I'm a complete person and I'm complete in my priorities.
Yeah, and that's another thing too that I can relate, because I can start something, like I'm a fire starter, but I need people around me to fan the flame. Does that make sense?
It
Like
does.
I can start a fire, I can start a project, but to keep that motivation and keep that momentum is much harder for me.
Because I'll just go start a new one.
Yeah, me too.
And my husband's
And
like, you can't come up with 10 ideas for businesses. And I'm like, yes, I can. I just want to give it to somebody else. I started, now you take it
yeah,
over.
um,
That's
but well, and
the
one thing I
balance.
can say is bipolar
That
disorder
we
is
need.
called the CEO's disease. A lot of CEOs of companies have
Oh,
bipolar disorder, and I
what
think
did we
that
say?
that might be one reason why, is because we have that tendency to have those ideas and move so fast, but we need other people to carry those ideas,
Yeah. What did
you know.
I forget what we were going to put on our shirt again? Was it find balance? Oh, because balance. Was it because balance?
Because balance.
If I don't write that down, I'm going to forget it. So I need to write that down right now. I'm gonna put
DMP
on
said,
a
I'm fanning, girl. I appreciate it. Because, child, some of these days I feel like the fire is going to go out. Yesterday was one of those days. I don't even know why. But, let me tell y'all fanned yesterday. I didn't get a chance to, like go on YouTube and thank everybody, but they sent me so much positive energy yesterday. I'm telling you.
I think we
It
need
was a
that. We can't
blessing.
expect it on all the time. And then when somebody else
Yeah.
can witness you being a little off and then you getting that bump from friends, then they can take a part in bumping you, and then they could take a part in seeing this is possible. It's okay if I have off days. It's going to kick us off.
Shay said, I have a silhouette, make the shirts. Shay, no, she's gonna make me make the shirts.
It's giving me the 1 minute warning.
Now, Shay is a fanner of the flame. She's a fire. She'll light the
So,
fire under
Fred,
you and fan the
for
flame.
do you come back on for another when it kicks us off, or do you want to say goodnight so you can have balance?
I can come back. Do y'all want me to come back on? Let me know. It's up to y'all.
They're gonna say yes.
They're gonna say
We never
yes.
get enough of you.
Well, I will come back on for a few more minutes. So let me see what time it is. Well, of course, it has to be like 8. Okay. Yeah, we'll come back on for a few more minutes
Okay. You
when
can
it
keep
kicks
going.
us off.
It's giving me a minute, so I know it's gonna kick us off. I don't want to kick us off in your middle talking.
Oh, okay. Well, it's okay.
No,
I'm
I never
I'm
get
always
enough.
talking.
I will watch your videos, and then I'm realizing I've been sitting here for 3 hours. I need to get up and do something.
Shay said I told y'all she would still go.
It's no bounds.
Oh, they're saying go to YouTube. Y'all want me to go to YouTube? But I can't go to YouTube with Amber. That's the only thing because I don't have my YouTube life together.
It's okay. I think sorry, I didn't hear you.
Okay, so I'll go to YouTube and hopefully the connection will be a little better.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for coming on and talking about the one little word with me.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. This was so much fun.
It was.
If you'd like more tips and inspiration on how you can be a better me too, subscribe here on YouTube and follow me on Instagram at the links below.